Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my favorite afternoon beverage, which is tea. Actually, I drink tea starting from early afternoon all the way until evening, although I do drink a non-caffeinated herbal teas in the evening. But today specifically, I wanted to share with you how I make loose leaf, in this case Earl Grey tea, and I wanted to share with you a very simple way of doing that, my favorite tool, and also I wanted to quickly mention my favorite loose leaf tea if you are interested in trying a really good quality organic loose leaf tea. So the tea I love, it's a brand, it's called Rishi Tea. I really love the brand. They offer different types of teas, and so far I've tried the Earl Grey organic, English breakfast also organic, and I have a green tea that I'm also trying and loving as well. But the tea I think I drink the most and I love the most is probably the Earl Grey, which I think is just delicious and organic and really good quality, and it's also I think well priced for the quality and how much tea you get. I will link it down below if you're interested to look into it, but honestly any loose leaf tea will work for this method. Now if you do drink loose leaf tea, then this is my favorite method of making it, and I've tried different types of methods of making loose leaf tea, including different types of strainers and even a teapot. I love the idea of a teapot, but honestly it's a little bit difficult to clean and the tea goes cold pretty quickly, so although I like the look of it, it's not as practical as it could be. And some other tea strainers can be kind of hard to clean. They have multiple parts and corners, and it's just not a very easy method of making your loose leaf tea. This tea strainer is my favorite one that I found so far, at least one of them, because first of all, it's a really quality product. It's made of Japanese steel. Secondly, and this is not something to be overlooked in this situation, it's really charming. I mean, it's just the most charming little thing to have in your kitchen, and every time I look at it, it makes me really happy. It's also fairly affordable. I forget exactly how much I paid for it, and I will link it down below. Also, this tea strainer is super easy to clean. There's no corners or anything like that. It's just you honestly dump the tea leaves and then give it a rinse, and that's pretty much it that you really need to do. So it's very convenient, very easy. The only thing that you really have to be mindful of is that it has a certain length to it, and you want to make sure that your cup isn't too wide. And if you do experience a couple of tea leaves that are going through like small little bits, they never float up to the top for me. They always go down to the bottom, so it's something that I honestly don't notice until I get to the very bottom, and then I see a couple of the leaves in there, and ultimately I think it's still the best tea strainer in my experience. So I'm going to show you how I make the tea using this tea strainer, and it's super easy. Honestly, there's really not much to it, but just so you can see the process. And I also wanted to say that there's something very ritualistic or just special about pouring water over tea leaves. I don't know why it feels like that, but it does, and it just always feels like that special little ritual that just maybe makes you appreciate the experience and the tea leaves and all of that. I don't know, but it's really special, and I would never have believed anyone that said that to me until I actually tried it for myself, and I was like, wow, I really feel like there's something here. But anyway, so if you get this and you try it, let me know if you experience that, because I do. I feel like always like it's a little special ritual. So the making of the tea is really easy, but I'm just gonna quickly show you how I do it so you can see for yourself how easy it is to make loose leaf tea using this beautiful English tea strainer that I just love. So you take your favorite cup and you put the tea strainer over the cup. You pour your favorite loose leaf tea into the strainer, and you can kind of decide how much you want to pour in there. It's sort of a personal preference. Obviously, the more you add to it, the stronger the tea is going to be. Then you pour hot water over the tea leaves slowly, letting them absorb the water, and letting the water go through the tea leaves. I personally fill it up all the way so that the tea leaves are submerged in the water. And I let them steep in the water in the cup for a couple of minutes until I like the color of the tea that I see. Basically, that's my method. And I just quickly wanted to mention that the temperature of the water should be appropriate for the kind of tea that you're drinking. Although I don't have the kind of kettle that does an exact tea temperature settings or anything like that, and I don't measure it with a thermometer or anything like that. What my method is for Earl Grey is I just basically let it come to a boil and let it sit for a few minutes, and at that point I feel like it's probably roughly where it needs to be. So once the tea is the color that I want, I take the tea strainer, I discard of the tea leaves, and I give it a rinse, and that is it. I also personally love to add a little slice of lemon into Earl Grey tea just because I like a little bit of that kind of citrusy, zesty, zingy taste in my tea. And I also like the idea of maybe a little bit of vitamin C added to the tea. So that is my personal favorite drink for summertime, or honestly any time of the year. This is just a really great tea ritual, tea drink that I love to enjoy in the afternoons. It's something that I just really look forward to. Sometimes I have a little bit of dark chocolate with my tea, but yeah, I wanted to share this this ritual, this routine of mine of how I make my tea, and share not only my favorite tea but also my favorite tea strainer that I just think it's super easy to use and clean, and it's really good quality and affordable. And it's so charming. That's definitely not a small part of why I love this tea strainer. It's the most beautiful thing, and I feel like tea is such a special ritual, special part of the day for me, that having a beautiful way of making it, a special way of making it, just makes the whole experience much more special. And because it's a special experience to begin with, I think the more special I can make it, the better. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!